Very good morning, my dear students. Today we will tell a brief introduction about CPM and PERT techniques, okay, which we'll be using in nowadays in all the project sector area. Okay, so let me understand what you mean by critical path. That is critical path method. Okay, so definition says critical path nothing but it is a path or it is a sequence of activities between the project to from start to finish that takes in the longest time to complete the given task. Okay, that is about the critical path. Okay, critical path method. Okay, so normally this concept is invented by a DU point. So this is the name of the company. Okay, so this is about the definition of critical path. So just to understand that critical path means it is a set of sequence. Along with that we have to consider the what are the times, what are the hours, how many days is required to complete the given project. So that is about the critical path. Okay, so if you want to solve a critical path problem, that is CPM problem, these are the steps we have to solve. Okay, first step is to specify the individual activity, just to identify the what are the individual activities there in the given project. Second one is determine the sequence of the activity. So after calculating the individual activity, you have to made a sequence of activities one by one along with the time. Third one is draw the network diagram. Once you calculate the sequence activities, construct according to the given activities a network diagram. Okay, estimate the activity completion time. After constructing the network diagram, mention the each activities along with time, days, hours. Okay, so identify the critical path. Once you arrange all these activities, then network diagram, on the network diagram you have to find the lowest critical path. Once you find the lowest critical path and substitute all the values in the given table, that is update in the CPM diagram. Okay, this is about the steps to solve the critical path problem. So to solve any critical type of problem, we have consider the three different types of times. So first time is optimistic time, that is TO is called, it is called as TO. So it is the shortest time in which activity can be completed. So TO means nothing but it is a minimum time required to complete the project. So that is called as TO. So most likely time, that is denoted by TM. So it is the probable time required to perform the activity. So we will understand. So minimum time, so how much want to complete project. Okay, that is a, we know the time but not approximate, not fixed, that is called as a minimum time. So last one is pessimistic time. So it is the longest estimated time required to perform the given activity or given task. So TP is nothing but longest time. So for example, if you construct a bridge, okay, now you don't know how much time it will take, okay, to complete that bridge. So such times are called as a pessimistic time. Okay, na TP. Just to understand this, TO means minimum time, TM means normal time, TP means long time. Okay, so to solve this we have expected time. Also we have formula, that is expected time is equal to TO plus 4TM plus TP divided by 6. So this formula is required to solve the CPM problem. So keep it in mind, it is always we have to, you are going to, so I am going to tell this formula in the given while solving the problem. Okay, so remember this formula is very important. Expected time is equal to, it is denoted by T is equal to TO plus 4TM plus TP divided by 6. Okay, next what second part is PERT. So what are the steps involved in PERT means, first same, that is same procedure is have there to identify the specific activity. First we have to identify the activities what are the given in the given project or given work or given task. So next we have to, from the given activity you have to make a proper sequence activities. Next construct the network diagram based on the given activity sequence activities. Then estimate the time required to for the each activity, how much time it will take. So just to make a note of that on the each activities. Then determine the critical path. So which one is the best way to complete job in a very in less number of days. Okay, so last one is update the given all the values, calculate all the values, put it in the given chart. Okay, so these are the steps in a PERT diagram. Okay, next what are the advantages by using this technique in a various field, that is okay. So first advantage is that is expected project completion time. So by using this technique we will understand which date or which time you're going to complete this particular task. Okay, second advantage is probably the completion before the specified date. By using this technique we will understand on when we are going to complete that job before assigning the specified date also. Okay, third advantage is the critical path activity that directly impact on the completion time. So the best way of by using this technique we will understand the best way of path, okay, na critical path to complete that particular task. So fourth advantage is the activity that have slack time that can be lenders resources to critical path activities. So time will give shows the, or give in time will indicate, or time will shows the how many resource person is required, how many labors are required to complete that particular work. Okay, so activity start and end date. So by using these techniques we will understand that when we are going to start, when going to finish. Okay, now these are some of the advantages. So every technique have advantage and disadvantage also. Here some of the limitations I told here. By using these techniques, these are the limitation. and the formula required too much. So by using this we have to calculate the lot of formula, so there is also disadvantage. The network chart tend to be a large and unwidely. The network diagram should be, it may be a large, so we don't know the network should be very large or very strong. Okay, so calculate the time estimate in every complex for all the time activities. So by using this timing, at the step by step you have to calculate the time, what are the time, what are the estimated time, how at what time it will going to finish. We have to day by day have to going to tell to the manager or the given project owner. Okay, update the project is time consuming, require a high cost, so updating the project in every time it will affect the regarding cost also. Okay na, emphasis is laid only the time factor and that cost are neglected. So cost factory factors are neglected. Okay, some we have to neglect here time factors. Okay now, if you neglect the time means we will automatically we have to reduce the cost factors. Okay, so these are the some of the limitation by using PERT techniques. But in examination don't mention here advantages also and disadvantages, limitation also for you. For your purpose I shown here. Okay, so always you write advantages. If you wrote advantages 6 minutes, write disadvantage or limitation is 3. Okay, half of that. Okay, that is the best way of writing the advantage disadvantage in any subject. Okay, so this is about the CPM and PERT introduction. So many introductions are there. Next time in the next slide, what are the terms while solving the PERT and CPM, we will going to study that. Okay, thank you.